I'm pretty sure that everybody knows the kid show Arthur, with its catchy intro theme and whatever. Well, my experience with it was not so innocent and kid-friendly as most people see it. Back when I was just a kid, around the age of 5, I woke up sometime between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. I couldn't fall back asleep, so I went to the living room to watch some TV to help me fall back asleep. I put on Arthur since most channels were just ads or infomercials at the night. The show starts with the regular intro as usual, and then it gave me the name of the episode saying, The Death of Buster Baxter. I got excited to see it, because I knew this would be a new episode and most episodes were just reruns. The episode starts by showing Arthur's family and Buster's family gathering around a grave. It zooms in on the grave belonging to Buster. It cuts to a next scene showing Arthur in his room, which is all dark, crying. This goes on for a while, but he does a flashback sequence, and the next scene shows him and Buster in some science class. Buster starts fooling around, and suddenly Buster broke a flask, accidentally causing some green smoke to rise in his face. The smoke clears and shows Buster with no face, and by no face, I mean it shows him with just melted flesh. After showing his horrific face, he falls to the floor and Arthur yells out, "No!" The flashback ends and we show Arthur still sitting on his bed, saying to himself, "Why couldn't I save him? Why did it have to be him?" Arthur then tries to go to sleep, and it cuts to the next scene showing Buster's parents in their room. They both wake up hearing banging on the door. They both were too afraid to check and see who it was, so they sat there. Then suddenly the door slammed open. Smashing against the wall in the doorway, they see Buster floating with his back turned towards them. His mother asked, "Is that you, Buster?" with a frightened voice. Buster turns and slowly showing his face not only melted, but with a big demonic-like grin without any flesh that was left. Buster then says in a choppy voice, "Yes, Mommy. But why weren't you there to save me? What kind of parents are you? Blarg!" Without hesitation, Buster jumps out on them, and it shows the outside of the house with the parents screaming. It goes to the next scene showing Arthur waking up and hearing tapping on the window. He goes up to see what it is, but what he saw, there was nothing there. He turns back around only to see Buster standing there with the same look and expression as the scene before, but this time he was laughing hysterically. Arthur jumps back and hits his back on the window, and Buster says, "You were there. You let me die. Blarg!" Arthur blurts out with, "It wasn't my fault. You were the one who was fooling around." Buster tries to lunge at Arthur, but Arthur moves on the side, twisting his ankle accidentally. But so Buster smashes and flies out the window. Arthur, with the little strength, moves out of the window, but Buster wasn't in sight. Arthur tries to go back asleep, thinking his dead friend is gone, and in the morning DW walks into Arthur's room and wakes him up, but she screams and runs as fast as she can. It zooms in to see Arthur with no face, just like Buster. The episode ended with the credits, and I turned the TV off and went back to bed and never spoke of this again. To this day, I dream of everything that happens in that episode, and I can't forget that horrible grin made of decaying flesh. And that, my little shadows, was Arthur the Lost episode, The Death of Buster. Or in this case, The Death of Buster Baxter. My final thoughts on the story? What the heck was this? I mean, I know it's on the Creepypasta wiki, but oh my god, you guys, what? Who honestly thought that making this was a good idea? No joke. Before we actually get into this, let's actually get into the comment section of this video. I mean, oh god. Oh my bloody god. This thing has negative 14 dislikes on this and like 4 likes. Oh god, that's hilarious. That is the funniest thing I have read so far. Alright. Oh. Oh, there's no comments. What the heck? What the heck happened to all the comments in this video in this thing? Oh, come on. You can't be telling me that there was no remote comments in this. Last time I checked, there were comments in this story. Oh, well, that stinks, too, because there was actually a really well thought out and detailed one of them. Oh well, though. Anyway, yeah, that was the death of Buster Baxter. Final thoughts? Ridiculous. This entire story was 100% completely incapacitating, irrevocably, irredeemably ridiculous. I mean, again, I know, it's on Creepypasta. What do I expect? I'm not expecting, like, four score desserts. What was I getting with that? Ah, never mind, doesn't matter. Anyway, this pasta obviously was not good. I mean, where do we even remotely begin whatsoever with this story? For one, the storyline itself was completely ridiculous. I mean, we have Arthur crying loudly and everything, and, Buster's face melting, apparently, like, string cheese, which I can actually visualize, and that's got me craving string cheese for some reason. It's like, what in the hell was these people thinking when they made this? I mean, it's like, what? Like, genuinely, what? I mean, yeah. And the fact of the matter that this person remembered this when they were 5. I don't remember half the things that went on for a good portion of my younger years. How in the world would this person be able to remember this if they were 5 years old? I mean, I'm asking that as a genuine question. I'm not going to deny that there isn't at least a few things that some people probably would remember, but scientifically speaking, it's not. Scientifically speaking, at least as far as I know, don't quote me on this, kids around that age don't really remember a whole lot. I mean, that's just a fact. And that's something I know. But still, moving around, the family gathered around a grave, which obviously completely throws away any kind of build-up or foreshadowing whatsoever of the inevitable that's going to wind up happening with this pasta. Although it's kind of obvious, given the title of the story being the death of fucking Buster Baxter. God dang it, man. Seriously, what the fuck? Ugh. It's like, no. Just no. I mean, Arthur, like, bawling his eyes out. And then, this is like this is kind of where things just kind of lose. I literally lose my mind here with this story. Oh, did I forget to mention that the grammar in the story is complete and utter shit? Because it is. It's dog shit. No, that's an insult to dog shit. This story is the shit that's encrusted at the bottom of a porta potty in a hot August day. That's what the story is compared to. No joke either. This was awful. The grammar, I'm lucky enough that I was even able to remotely read this thing. No joke. I'm so confused as to how in the world I managed to actually read this fucking piece of shit. And then, getting back to the rest of it, it's like, banging on the door, and then, and this is like a really big issue right now, and I don't care how old this is. Anybody who's watched Arthur would know, Buster's parents are divorced. They are divorced. That's what they are. There's no reason for either of them to be sleeping in the same bed together. They are divorced. That is what the show has proven. That is canon in the show. So yeah, there's no logic in this story. And why in the world would Buster sit there and blame his parents? I mean, they weren't there, yeah, but what the heck did he expect? Did he expect them to just suddenly teleport and, try and make sure of it that he didn't fall in that acid? I mean, it's like, yes, Mommy, but why weren't you there to save me? What kind of parents are you? What the heck do you expect? I mean, come on, they aren't there. They're busy doing other crap. They don't have time to sit there and save your face from becoming, microwave string cheese. I mean, they couldn't do a thing, even if they wanted to, even if they drove. There's nothing that they could have done. And more importantly, how in the world would that have killed them? I mean, I know that this is Creepypasta. I know it's not meant to make sense, but how in the world is this supposed to even remotely make any... How do you die from that? I mean, maybe, it probably could have, dissolved, into his brain or something. Maybe that would have made sense. But no, nothing was damaged. It was just his face. I mean, it's very likely that he would have survived that. I mean, maybe shock might have gotten to him, maybe? I don't know, but still, And then Arthur, losing his mind a little bit, and then, Buster coming in for revenge to kill his best friend because Buster was the one that sat there and messed around with all those chemicals to begin with. No. Just no. And then, Buster just flies away all of a sudden after Arthur twists his ankle. Ow. That's a painful feeling. And then, yeah. Then DW walks in, and Arthur's face turns into delicious toasted melted mozzarella cheese in the microwave, and then that's it. That's it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less than that. I mean, again, I ask, what? Genuinely, what? I mean, it's, yeah. Again. And then it just ends with, the protagonist saying that I dream of everything that happened in that episode, despite the fact that you were 5. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to deny the fact that people can't sit there and remember certain parts. I remember a dream that I had when I was like maybe 3 or 4. I even based an entire pasta dedicated around that, but no, just no. I mean, why would you even still be having that dream? I'd probably be laughing hysterically now if I was having a dream like that. It's not even scary. I mean, okay, maybe it's a little, maybe it's mildly unnerving to see, Buster with like cheese and a spooky grin on his face, maybe, but overall, this story was awful. I mean, what do I expect from this being on Creepypasta? But still, I mean, there still could have been something incorporated into the story to make it better. I mean, better grammar, for example, removing the cliches, actually have a reasoning for everything to happen. I mean, this is just nothing. This is about as bad as the melted face cheese that's on top of Buster's face right now. It isn't edible, and it's not very chewy. Still, it's just no. Just no. Ugh, alright people, I'm pretty much done with that. This deserves every ounce of hate that it can get. And of course, with that said, what did you guys think about... Oh yeah, that's right, this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with it, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of the story, I give this story a, I give this one a 0.5 melted Buster Baxter's faces out of 10 melted Buster Baxter's faces. What did you guys think about this creepypasta, if you even want to call it that? Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys not? Did you find it funny in a very ironic way? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. I'm the Shadow Reader. Thanks again for watching today's episode, and if you're brand new here to this channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. And of course, like always, roll the outro because I'm out. In fear and surprise as your eyes widen, your mouth goes dry with each battered breath. You try to scream, your mind begs to leave. Glued to your computer screen, the killers they slash, the tapes burn and crash. The cartridge you bought will be your final haunt. The rituals of hate will seal your fate. The tears you shed will be from the fear-gripping, horror-driven, nightmarish, gore-filled, terrorizing, hateful, burning, violent, rage-inducing, knife-slashing, blood-splattering, silent screams. Only time will tell if you will escape this online hell. Your horror-filled obsessions will come with its own regressions. Your pathetic screams will not be heeded in any way, because your nightmares will come at any